Hello.
Oh my God. Are you fucking dead?
I come to you from heaven. Hello.
Oh my God. Did you bust out the camera in that lighting setup and just be like, holy shit, I can't believe it.
I mean, basically, the deal. That's what it is. You know, we're making do. We're making do. Holy Order Woolie has arrived. Hello. I am out here in a different location.
Do you have like a really complicated instant kill combination you have to do in order to get
here,
it?
let's fix that. There we go. Now I'm truly.
No, don't fix it. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Oh, man.
No, like leaning in from the afterlife. That's what it is.
That is so goddamn funny.
And as the sun sets on the side over here, we'll see what becomes of it. But from now.
Happens? So you're not at home, obviously.
Yeah, no. This is. I'm here to warn you. You know.
Me?
Yeah, I'm the ghost of Super Beast Future. Here to warn you about what happens when you play Shenmue 3.
Okay. So I assume this is what you were referring to just the other day. What's the deal with Shenmue 3, bro?
Patrick Boivin.
Is that game good?
Patrick Boivin.
Yeah, what's up?
Before I
Full
even...
name! Ooh, weird! Ew! Ew! Don't like it.
I might have been wrong about Shenmue.
Is that true?
I believe so.
Shenmue, yeah? What about it?
I played Shenmue 3 on Versus Wolves, and that game is so bad that it made me think back on the past about Shenmue 1 and 2, and I think I don't know that they were ever good. And I'm looking back on what I liked about them and what brought me joy, and looking at it in the current context of like how bad Shenmue 3 is and how faithful it is and what it does and doesn't do. And I'm kind of like, there's enough of this here that the bones are similar enough to what you did walking around in Shenmue 1 and 2. And that might have been bad from the jump, but the fact that it was the first time you are walking around a big old Japanese town and looking at items up close in detail and just having this big old open realistic day life simulation thing was like, wow, video games. And that was it. That might have been it the whole time. Also, every once in a while, a little bit of kung fu if you fancy, but not enough to make it worth it.
Yeah, I feel fucking so vindicated. I never liked Shenmue. I never liked it.
But you landed on Yakuza before Shenmue you even looked at it at all, right? Like you saw.
I had been to people's houses and played a little bit of Shenmue,
okay.
And I was like, the concept is cool, right? Like the idea is like rad. But like the game itself is like trash. Like the voice acting and the environment and like the gameplay and what you're actually doing and how it had a real-time clock and you had to be home at a certain time to do certain things.
So
the fucking trash.
But like, okay, so you think about the premise of like playing a game where you can walk around. It's the first time you're playing a game like this where you get to walk around and like, live day-to-day life in this simulated way. And so many games have done it better since then. But it also like forces this really stilted, awkward, like just no one really feels alive version of reality on you that sucks. It just sucks. The conversation pacing sucks. The silent like 5 seconds between every line feel awful. Everyone has these weird pained expressions that don't. It's just super odd. And like I saw. Something I brought up was that like I saw someone once ask a question that was like, is Rio autistic coded? And that's why like some of the way he
they didn't have that back in the day, bro.
Is kind of flat. And it's like, no, that's not what's going on. Everyone in this game is just the game. They didn't make it in a way where they prioritized dialogue being delivered.
Do you speak the language of Chinese?
In a way that like flows back and forth. Like it's and and then the pacing of like events and the way time passes, and you go play your lucky hit, and then some of the times the critical critical moments of the game involve walking into a room, opening shelves, and looking at objects, and just, oh yeah,
wow,
that's
crazy.
A cup. That's a cup. Is that the cup I'm looking for? It's not. Okay, back in the shelf it goes. And that's like 5 minutes of game time being spent just looking at and what you're supposed to feel is, wow, they've modeled a fully realized Chinese cup with the amazing details on it, and the textures are incredible, and you're supposed to be like, wow, video games have made a cup. But like, now that cups, okay, it's an object in a game. Who the fuck cares?
Outside of its historical technological context of, wow, ooh, a cup, wow, crazy. Outside of that, like, nothing in it holds up at all, because the actual things that you do and see and play in that game are trash. Like I'm a big fan of Like a Dragon, right? Let's talk about Yakuza 1 or Like a Dragon 1, right? That game also has a bunch of shit in it that's really bad. It has crazy shitload times. Every side quest is the same, etc. But the difference between those is one's a fan game of Shenmue, right? Like Yakuza 1 is a legitimate, like, I want to make Shenmue for me. But like, things happen in Yakuza 1 and it has a story, and the story goes somewhere, and then it ends, and the story ends, and then on the trip to that story you do things. You fight like things, and you talk to people, and you have gameplay.
Like, I didn't even get to that part because I'm just like before you even get to gameplay, it's like, on the surface level, everything about the way Shenmue feels as a video game is it's the gaming equivalent of 3D glasses movies, where it's like, whoa, let me take a sip of this drink right here.
Whoa, that guru looks so close.
Right. Watch out for that snake. Oh, it's the snake in Captain EO. I'm on the ride at Disney, and it's about to get you. Or the Honey I Shrunk the Kids movie. Oh my goodness, I'm on the ride. Oh wow, we're all getting big and now we're small. And it's like the goofiness of 3D glasses movies, where you watch them without the glasses and just see weird things being held up to the camera, and suddenly you're like, this is garbage. This is not made to be watched, or like, it doesn't matter. It's just the novelty of, oh my god, look at it. So Shenmue's doing that. And then the actual gameplay, this is the thing, right? You're on a quest to get revenge because dude walked in your house and killed your dad someday. All right, cool. Martial arts quest, land D, let's get it. And the absolute...
If only you could land D's hits. Oh, my, fucking loser.
And like, you're learning moves, and you're doing martial arts, and you're learning the like elbow, the palm, and all that to build up to like a 70-man battle that's going to happen at the end of the game, and you're like, can I fight anything in the way? I think there's a total of 4, anyway, and so just, and then you Landy, I don't even think he's in the first game besides the first cuts. I don't even remember him showing up in the first game at all. And then you play through the entirety of the second, and then he's on a helicopter and like flying away, and you're just like, what? Why would you make the string or whatever, the breadcrumbs of this character, the only thing interesting about the story so far? Okay, some of the characters you meet in Hong Kong were like, or in Hong Kong were like more fun, but like the one guy that matters to the story, they're breadcrumbing him in this way, and then you find out it's because Yu Suzuki wanted the game to be 16 parts long. And you're like, you're out of your goddamn mind. Go fuck yourself.
Historically good idea. One of the best ever.
But I really I thought it felt like at the time, yo, look, it's cool. We're walking through the city and we're playing Lucky Hit. We're looking for the sailors and the 4 Wu Do, And now you just play.
There is a more cohesive, internally consistent narrative between the beginning of Yakuza 1 and the end of Yakuza 1 Chapter 2 than there is for the entirety of the Shenmue series.
So that's the thing, is eventually Yakuza becomes what we see today and know, which is, it sounds like it's a series that like, I like, there's the one major reinvention with like Ichigo, but Ichiban, sorry, but like, it became other things between 1 and 2, and then 2 and 3.
It became many things.
It reinvented itself so many times, right?
It became all things to all peoples of all cultures.
And so this is what made it hit, was when I'm looking at Shenmue 3 and I'm like, this is so boring and slow and garbage and terrible, and it's sapping the life out of me. And the way it's doing that thing where they're walking down the road, and because the game has to load all the events you did, it's like, I'm going to go talk to this guy today. Okay, yeah, that sounds like a good idea, Rio. And then it fades away, and then it fades back in. And then it's like, I'm going to find that special thing today. Oh, yeah, we should do that too. Okay, and then it fades out, and it fades in and loads the next quest description. And it's just doing all of this in this awkward, stilted, horrible way. And you kind of realize as the game is like, okay, you've played 3 games of Lucky Hit. You asked an old lady a question about where to find some stone workers, and you played tag with some kids. That's a full day's work. Time to go to bed. And you're like, you could have made this flow way more naturally and faster. Making this game in 2018 or whenever it came out, you could have done so much to make this better and make this a better experience. But you chose not to. And ultimately, the part of me that was like, well, they probably thought, no, this needs to be true to what Shenmue is. And to make it true to what Shenmue is, it needs to be as stilted and as awkward and as weird about this stuff. And then you're like, and that's what made me go, oh, maybe this was never good. You know, because the opportunity to reinvent Shenmue 3 here and make it a good version of what it was, and have everyone feel real and be a living world and all that stuff, with everything we learned about walking and doing day-to-day tasks from Persona games, with everything learned from obviously the Yakuza series, and every other thing that has passage of time. You know, there's so many lessons that you could have been learned in the meantime, and they choose to throw all of that out to just be like, nope, we're gonna pick this up as if we made this game the year after Shenmue 2 was done, and we got a glow up on our textures. Oh, by the way,
you get this. Yeah, you get this feeling that it's like when you're playing. I remember when Shenmue 1 came out, and there was this feeling of wow, they're really pushing the envelope with a bunch of weird shit. Super excited to see what they're going to do next. And that's not what they were doing. They had a weirdly, insanely specific, idiosyncratic view of what they wanted the game to be exactly, and just made it that way. And then they
never veered from it. Never veered from it. Yep, it feels accurate to the world, and that's the problem. And then sidebar, there's a little bit of weird shit in there. It's not the biggest deal, but one of the main characters you meet at the end of Shenmue 2 that is what the whole series is kind of about, Shenhua, who is next to the Shenmue tree. They just kind of did a weird thing where they're like, yeah, she might have looked a little too Chinese for our tastes, so let's make her look more like an anime Japanese character. And her face and the whole design changed, and you're like, what? Why is that a thing? You know, and then the interviews are apparently it's there's there was a desire to soften the girl's features or whatever. You're like, all right, okay, cool.
Yeah, this is the one thing you're gonna change.
It's just
this is what really matters.
Sure, man. Whatever you say. Anyways, yeah, that was a brutal time warp experience of me sitting in front of my Dreamcast in the year 2000, just kind of, I thought I was having fun, and it turns out I was having nothing.
Well, I mean, you did have fun, but you were being bamboozled
by
the idea. No,
but Pat, my fun was wrong.
Your fun was listen.
My fun was wrong.
That's like a desperate mind trap that can get all really toxic. But sometimes it's true. Sometimes it did happen. You were wrong. You were so obsessed with the idea of having fun that you tricked yourself.
It was just, you got to go back in time and just tell young Woolie, no, I know you're enjoying yourself, but your fun is wrong.
It's gonna come back on you later. It's gonna get you.
This is a mistake. Anyways, yeah, no. So
that's so fucking funny.
All right, there, off my chest.